In this video essay, I will be discussing how body image in the fashion industry can be explained through the Frankfurt School's theories, in particular cultural industry in fashion and it being a tool for ideology. The fashion industry has become one of the most compelling, saturated industries in modern society, using advertisement and product placements to enforce ideologies upon the mass public. But where did the initial theory of enforcing ideologies onto society come from? Let's take a look back to the founders of critical theory and cultural industries, the Institute of Social Research, also known as the Frankfurt School. The Frankfurt School was a group of Marxist theorists from Germany, formed in 1923, with the first appointed director being Karl Grunberg, a Marxist scholar who taught law at the University of Vienna. The school formed under the donation of Felix Weyl, so that Marxist studies could develop more in Germany. Grunberg's main contribution to the school was the Grunberg Archive, mainly focusing on the study of labour. In 1930, Horkheimer took on the role of director, which allowed members to discuss multiple topics, including politics, economics, and philosophy. In 1933, the school was forced to close down due to Nazis invading areas of Germany, and they relocated to Columbia University in the United States. So the Frankfurt School criticised 20th century mass culture, believing the ideologies mass media presented were being used to dominate the working class. Critical theory provides the descriptive and normative basis for social inquiry aimed at decreasing domination and increasing freedom in their forms. The group developed critical theory after World War II. It examines the failure of revolutionary social change that was predicted by Marx. Karl Marx believed that the economic factor is the only factor to cause a revolution, and that the oppressed will eventually gain full class consciousness and rebel against the upper class. However, the class structure today is more complex, and having control of the economic structure does not mean that you have control over ideologies dominating society. Therefore, the main goal of the Frankfurt School was to develop a theory based upon Marxism philosophy, but also consider teachings from sociology, psychoanalysis such as subconsciousness, and other perspectives. One of the theories developed was cultural industry. The main scholar that comes to mind when we hear of cultural industry are Horkheimer and Adorno, two scholars part of the first generation of critical thinkers at the Frankfurt School. Cultural industry takes us back to their 1947 essay, Enlightenment as Mass Deception, a chapter in the book Dialectic of Enlightenment, which is where we first heard of the term culture industry. The essay highlights the ways in which capitalist societies can manipulate and control individuals through the production and consumption of mass culture. Our culture has been infected with sameness. Film, television, radio, and magazines all form a system of sameness. What Adorno meant by this was that the media had only become interested in self-preservation, and nothing created is new. Adorno in particular focused on the entertainment industry. He believed that modern entertainment was devoid of intellectual expression, mere twaddle. Horkheimer and Adorno believed that cultural industries had a hidden agenda, to suppress viewers' imagination, therefore being persuaded and having little opinion on social and political views. They argued that as consumers, capitalist production so confines them, body and soul, that they fall helpless victim to what is offered to them. The consumers no longer have personal values or beliefs. They are influenced by mass media, the tool in which capitalists use to gain power over social classes. So the question remains, is this theory of cultural industries still relevant to today's media landscape? So let's look into a particular industry, fashion. Fashion plays a huge role in enforcing ideologies as an industry, as we use clothing not only as a form of self-expression, but also to prevail our social status. Playing into trends and fast fashion has become inevitable in the attempt to be accepted by society. When trends become available to masses through magazines or fashion blogs, the upper class has already moved on to the next craze, and the cycle of keeping up continues. We feel pressure to present ourselves in a certain way based off what we see others doing on social medias. People often engage in comparing themselves and lives with others with regard to the information they receive about others. With the rise of social media, models, and unrealistic beauty standards, the topic of body image has become a prevalent one. Social media often depicts people at their best, or more so, heavily edited images using Photoshop. This creates an unreachable ideology. Even the people posting those images don't look that way in reality. This trend of editing images has developed exclusively from being used in the entertainment industry, on adverts and television, but now it can be easily accessed by anyone who uses the internet. Constantly seen as perfect standard implements into us that this is the ideal, this is what we must look like. Influencers pose the perfect life on social media, creating an unrealistic standard for ideal body. Consumerism is led by the desire for social acceptance as well as competition. This all links back to Horkheimer and Adorno's theory that cultural industries, such as fashion, exist to implement the capitalistic ethos. In modern-day society, the mass media is used to implement ideologies through the use of social medias, such as TikTok. As well as being used as a social platform to see what mutual followers are doing, brands and companies use social medias as a form of marketing due to their algorithms, pushing their posts to potential customers. As well as using their own brand profiles, brands also seek out influencers, people who already have a significant amount of followers, to endorse their products as their opinion is trusted. An example of brands marketing an ideology is Skims with their TikTok viral dress. This trend appeared on our TikTok For You pages in the beginning of 2022 after Skims was valued at over $3.2 billion in January 2022, as the investors bet on the success of Kim Kardashian-owned brand. Part of the success of the brand is of course the owner being Kim Kardashian, one of the most well-known celebrities globally, but also the promotional videos influencers made to create excitement around the products. The angle at which many influencers came at to promote the new dress available was to state it gave them an hourglass illusion, the westernised beauty standard. The audience saw these as positive reviews and therefore purchased the dress. But when we take a look at who Skims chose to promote the dress, all the influencers have this ideal body type social media pushes. As a society, we have become obsessed with our appearance due to unrealistic beauty standards the social media portrays. Skims use the body image obsession and people's insecurities to sell their clothes, making customers believe that if they buy the dress, they too will look like the influencers promoting it. And this ended up causing a backlash, especially at the price point of $78. An example of this was an article written in the Sun newspaper with a content creator, Naomi Kapoor, stating, "It is definitely the body, not the dress." Customers realised it was in fact just a regular dress, many having the same opinion as Naomi. They were influenced into buying the dress under misleading advertisement. This is a common occurrence in today's media landscape. Oftentimes we see products advertised through social media and the images are heavily edited or they're paid promotion, so the content creator must give us a positive review. Horkheimer and Adorno believe that popular culture being akin to factories that produce standardised culture goods, for example films, radio and magazines, used to manipulate mass society in various ways. In this instance, social media was used to manipulate consumers into purchasing the dress through false advertisement and creating an ideology around appearance, all to increase market sales, from brands like Skims idolising a certain body type to trends that are in fashion. Consumers feel pressured to look and dress a certain way. Overall, the theory of cultural industry is still relevant to today's media landscape, as mass medias such as television and social medias advertise products to form an ideology, a certain urgency, which proceeds to benefit large corporations due to sales, feeding into the capitalistic society. As a society, we are easily influenced due to our access of technology. Although this theory is now 75 years old, society's basic structure has stayed the same. The act of consumerism and influential adverts being used to benefit the hierarchy, forming ideology, proves that the Frankfurt School's ideas are still relevant to today's media landscape.